I think we are live. We are. Welcome. Welcome to Norrköping. The central station of Norrköping. This is another relatively small city in Sweden that has great significance to me personally, because this is where I grew up. This is where I spent most of my life until I graduated high school. And I think it's still the city in which I've lived for the longest of my life. I haven't been here in I don't know how many years since my last visit, actually. And it is I just arrived from a train here at the station. So a lot of things will be as new to me as they are to you, or something like that. So yeah, do you hear a beep beep crosswalk? Indeed you did, yeah. Indeed you did. Erik Frönred, tjena, hej! Roligt att du tittar. So yeah, I think I'm planning to take a little walk around the city and see how it is, what has changed since I lived here, and I'm happy that I get to change this experience with you, my dear viewers, and I hope you will enjoy. It's a pretty stark contrast to the walks you usually see on my channel, of course. But yeah, I hope you will enjoy this as well. So, okay, first new sighting already. This used to be a bus terminal when I was a kid. Now they built some apartments there instead. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, quite nice park here in front of the station. I'm not sure how long today's walk will be, probably around an hour maybe, as I am planning to shoot a couple of other videos here as well. And of course, weather check. But before that, I want to do a little shout out to Bit of a Wonder, who is the mega sponsor of this channel. His support, as well as the support from my 150 or so patrons, is one big reason why this channel keeps on going and going, and why I keep doing these walks. It means a lot. So thank you very much, especially Bit of a Wonder, because he's the most generous one of them all. He does walking videos as well from the US, and you will find his channel in the video description. It's a bit murky looking sky. Yeah, the weather forecast is like bad, constantly bad. So I'm glad that this that at least the sun comes out a little bit. It's like sunny and blue sky plus some evil looking clouds here. But yes, weather. Let's weather. It is, let's see, my phone still thinks oh, there we go. Norrköping, 20 degrees and mostly cloudy. There you have it. Humidity is 70%. There you go. Also, this is kind of one of the things that this city is famous for. This cactus kind of art. They do this like every year. It's a different kind of motif. So this year it's Pingstkyrkan. Like, I don't even know what's Pingstkyrkan in English. I don't know. One of these religious organizations. So yeah, the fame and glory and pride of Norrköping. A bunch of cactus. Cactus like that weather. Yeah, apparently. I think this has like a very long history, this little garden here. And yeah, they do survive in this weather, surprisingly. Grand Hotel, another institution of our city. Your 8-year-old sister is really fond of my live streams. Oh, thank you and hi. Here we have another kind of evil looking cloud over the scenery. Let's see, potential thumbnail, I guess. And also another thing that this city is famous for is that it's actually one of 2 cities in Sweden only that still uses streetcars for their public transportation. So yeah, if you're into streetcars, maybe it's worth to make a visit to Norrköping. I don't know. Ah, you just passed Katrineholm, R1000 number 56. Great, I just passed Katrineholm as well, but probably in the opposite direction then. I came from Eskilstuna. But yeah, I will make this a little walk through the city center as well as a visit to the old kind of cultural heritage of this town, which is the old industrial landscape. This used to be a very important factory town back in the days, and many of the old factories has been preserved and are now turned into museums and other things. So I will head up there after taking a stroll down. This is the main street, Drottninggatan, which means Queen Street. Let's see. This is the. What is it? Is it the City Hall? I'm not sure. Anyone can correct me if City Hall is the appropriate English translation of this building. What's the best part of being back? It's great to be able to see my family. That's the best part, of course, and to let my family meet my daughter. That's the best part of being back. But it's also very nice to get some relief from the hot and humid Japanese summers. Even though the weather so far hasn't been great since we came here. But at least it's better than the horrible heat and humidity in Japan. If there's IKEA here, I don't know if there's an IKEA in this specific town actually. I don't think so. I think there's one in Linköping, which is like the neighboring town, but I don't think there's IKEA here. In Linköping, right? Yeah. Why don't you go live when on a train or a bus? Usually because, well, on a bus it's probably fine. I didn't ride any buses though yet, but on trains, especially the trains that connected cities, then signal is not that great between the cities, so it probably wouldn't be a very stable stream. So that's one reason. This part reminds me a bit of Amsterdam. Oh really? That's interesting. I've never been to Amsterdam. Does it look anything like this? I did not know that. This shop has been around since I was a kid. This is actually, I think, where I bought most of my video games as a child. Now it seems to be more focused on like model airplanes and ships. Yeah. And now it did start raining. I think we can survive. But I'm actually wearing my rain jacket, so that's good. I don't know about those Carol Reed mystery adventure games. No, never heard of it, sorry. But maybe I should check it out. If it's set in Norrköping, it would be interesting. It would be interesting for me to see. I don't think I've seen any games that takes place in Norrköping before. Rain already stopped. It was a very brief, like 30-second rain. Any coffee or beer today? I'm not sure. Probably not during the stream, no. Maybe after. So I will go one more block this way, then I will turn to the right. That will take us down to towards the industrial landscape. It's my favorite country. It's very difficult. Many countries are nice, and every country has its pros and cons. There's lots of new things on this street probably. I'm being a bit busy checking the chat. Japanese restaurants. I'm not sure if there's any Japanese restaurants here. There's probably a handful of sushi restaurants, but sushi restaurants in Sweden are rarely run by Japanese. Usually they're run by Chinese or Thai, and this is also nostalgic for me. This was the best record store in town back in my days. I used to hang out there a lot. But now we're going this way. What's the biggest thing you miss now that you're in Sweden that's truly only in Japan thing? I don't know. It hasn't even been a week yet, so I don't really miss Japan yet, to be honest. Kind of heavy rain actually. That's not good. But in general, I do miss, whenever I'm in Europe for a long time, I tend to miss Japanese quality of service in general, that people are usually quite nice. Can't take that for granted here in Sweden. Also public transportation in Japan is truly amazing and something I always miss. And of course the safety of Japan is also quite remarkable. Let's see, I'm gonna cross this street here. I do have a rain hood on my jacket, yeah. It's okay. I'm getting a little bit wet, but it's okay. You sound like a Swede. Yeah, I am a Swede, so no wonder. Do you miss Japanese toilets with those buttons? Yes, I do miss toilets that keeps my bum clean. I do miss those. Those are amazing. Everybody should use them every time. I do miss that. Is there a river or sea nearby? Yes, we are heading towards the river right now. So over here we have the old traditional, or like the old factory district, or the old industrial district, which is still kept intact. Also, I think when I was in elementary school, I used to come here to play ping pong. There used to be like a ping pong practice place up here somewhere, but it's probably not around anymore. Swedish Fish made in Sweden? I don't think so. I don't think so. Not the ones sold in America. I don't think those are made in Sweden. So but we do have the similar kind of candy which is made here, but I don't think that's being exported, to be honest. How safe is Sweden compared to Japan? It really depends on where in Sweden you are. In general, it's not as safe. I don't think many countries are as safe as Japan, to be honest. But I do think that Sweden is still a relatively safe country compared to other parts of Europe. I think Sweden is not that bad. We do have a little bit of a problem recently with like gangs, like young gang members who shoot each other. We've had a lot of cases of that recently, but it's mostly criminals shooting other criminals. But it's worrisome. It's worrisome. So that's a bit of a problem. And also you can't, like, I wouldn't be comfortable walking around streaming like this at night in certain parts of certain cities. So that's also something. You just need to be a little bit more mindful about things here. In Japan, it's like everywhere is safe. In Sweden, not everywhere is safe. Most places are safe, but not everywhere. Salty licorice. Yeah, I had a lot already. That's the best candy in the world, and I'm addicted to it. So I've had a lot since I came here. I did. And I will probably have even more soon. I think we can walk up here. Let's see. Did these factories used to make? I think it was a lot. I think signal died, yes. Are we back? Are we back? I think we're back. Let me know if we're back. Okay, we're back. Great. Sorry about that. So I don't know if you heard me, but I think most of these were like textile industry, these factories. Have I had kebab pizza yet? Not yet. Not yet. No. I'm in Norrköping, a city about, what is it, an hour and a half away from Stockholm. But yeah, most of these were textile factories. And now, at least that one in the back here, that's turned into a very nice museum, the Museum of Work.これ日本ではないですね。これスウェーデンです。 know you said it already, but moving to a smaller city instead of Tokyo wouldn't be also better? Yeah, it would, but one of the reasons why we want to move is for the education system, and that would be the same as long as we stay in Japan. So that's one reason.あ、来月は日本に戻ります。この1ヶ月間、8月だけスウェーデンにいます。So lots of restaurants here as well in this area actually. It's quite nice at night. Yeah, this has been turned into a really nice museum, this old factory. But from here I will head back down to the city center. This industrial area continues a little bit further upstream, but since I'm not planning to make a super long stream today, I have to just give you the short version. It's interesting weather today. It's really like sunny, rainy, keeps changing back and forth. But yeah, there you see some other of the old factory buildings. I think this one is now part of the university. So this is a university's town these days. And this chimney is just, I think it's just a piece of art. A pretty polarizing piece of art. I'm not sure how necessary it is. There's plenty of chimneys here as it is, so I don't know why they felt the need to put another one in the middle of the water, but yeah.そうね、スウェーデンではほとんどの人はマスクしてないね。あんまり人いないから全然密ではない。でも電車とかを乗るとマスクつけてる人もいます。Yeah, most people here in Sweden, まあスウェーデンだけではない、ヨーロッパ全体的にそうと思いますけど、most people here in Sweden don't wear masks, which is interesting and feels really. It still feels weird for me to not wear a mask when I go out, but I guess it's the norm here. So. Does it rain in Sweden? Yes, it's currently raining. It's like someone's playing with the faucet. It keeps switch it off and turn it on and switch it off and turn it on again. And one thing I really notice is that I'm way less comfortable streaming here in Sweden. It feels really awkward. In Japan I don't care, but in Sweden I care a lot. Swedish or Japanese culture? I see you keep repeating that, but I don't understand. Is it a question, like which one I prefer, or both have their pros and cons? I can't choose one. It says this bridge is closed, but it doesn't look very close to me. Let's see. quite an infinity pool, yeah. Okay, here it stops. So I can't pass here. But yeah, quite nice. I think this area is becoming a little bit more of a tourist destination these days. I don't think it was like that when I grew up here. But they turned it into, they changed it quite a lot. I think this building here has been turned into a concert venue. So they do like live events here. I think it's an old power plant originally. I don't know if you could hear me. But yeah, this building is also new, I think. And these apartment buildings as well, I don't remember those being there before. Slightly high-rise-ish by Swedish standards. What do your Japanese viewers think about Sweden so far? I don't know. They seem curious and interested. Technical question. You stopped testing the OnePlus Nord. Not really. I still have it. But I don't have everything set up on it, so I didn't really bring it with me now on this trip. So if I experienced any reverse culture shock yet? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, the culture shock is that I just feel that people here are really, compared to Japan, there's so much rules about everything, and especially when it comes to like how you're supposed to look and behave. Here in Sweden there's not so much of that, and I feel that people are just doing whatever they want. They dress and wear whatever they want, and they behave in whatever way they want. Even though, of course, there are cultural and social norms here in Sweden too, but it's not as rigid as in Japan. So that always takes a while for me to kind of get used to. Rainy season in Sweden. I think at least this part of Sweden, it's like rainy season all year round, especially in the summer. Like we Swedes, we love the Swedish summer so much because it is really nice when you have like a sunny day, and you know, the temperature is usually just right. But in reality, like more than half of our precious summers usually just rain. But that's also part of Swedish culture, I think. That makes the sunny days with nice weather very, very precious to us, and we really feel we need to utilize those days as much as we can, because we know that there's not that many of them, and summer will be over very soon anyway. Yeah, one of the things that I really miss when I'm in Japan for a long time is just this kind of old city centers with lots of traditional like buildings that are like over 100 years old and has a lot of history. Like in most Japanese cities, everything is relatively new. Like something old in a Japanese city would be like 50 years old, whereas an old building here would be like 250 years old. So that's a pretty big difference that I do really appreciate more about Europe after living in Japan for so long. What's going on here? It's very loud. Swedish food stream. Okay, wait, let me just pass this guy. He's so loud. Super loud. あ、高橋さんありがとうございます。スーパーチャットありがとうございます。そうですね。久しぶりですね。スウェーデンに来る。もうね、1週間ぐらい。スウェーデンどんな感じだろうね。今まではすごくいい感じ。なんか静かだし、気温も気持ちいいし、ちょっと今日は雨、まあ毎日雨微妙ですけど、やっぱり日本の夏より気持ちいい。ここはちょうどいい。ちょっと寒いけど、そんなにひどくない。Now we're back at the city center, main part of the town. Here's another espresso house, which is like the Starbucks of Sweden, the most common coffee chain. So maybe, I think here in Sweden I don't really mind going inside a mall and show you a little bit what that looks like. So let's do that. 日本は時刻。まあね、日本の夏はちょっと時刻っぽいですね。でも夏以外はすごくいい。Shocked faces if someone overhears me speaking Japanese. Probably people would be a bit surprised, yeah. So here you have a Swedish shopping mall. This has changed a lot since my days as well. It's much more modern now. One thing I really also enjoy, which is very different from Japan, is that it's very quiet in the shops. In Japan there's so much noise and sound all the time, and all the staff is like yelling and greeting you welcome and whatnot. Here it's like, it's a pretty peaceful and calm shopping experience. Oh, nice balloons. Let's go upstairs. There's background music, but not so loud. You're saying this like you're an old man. I am an old man. Can Swedish speak English? Yes, everybody in Sweden speaks English pretty much. Sweden is less populated, of course. It's a very big difference. All of Sweden is less populated than the city of Tokyo. And also Sweden is bigger than Japan in terms of the size of the country. So yeah, population density is vastly different. Japan and Sweden is almost the same landmass. Yeah, I think Sweden is a bit bigger, but they're roughly in the same ballpark. Yeah. Sweden does not have mask regulations. Yep, it's the same in Japan. There's no requirement to wear masks in Japan, but everybody does it. But here in Sweden, it's only recommended that you wear them when you can't avoid crowded locations. And as you can see, it's not terribly crowded here, so yeah, it's empty. It's Sweden. It's very empty. That's a big culture shock. It is like this. This is like normal on a weekday in Sweden. Ah, Ginger Ballad. Thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you so much. Sweden did not lock down. No, Sweden did not lock down. Japan also did not lock down though. Have you been to France? Yes, I have very briefly. Well, I've been to Nice a couple of times. I've never been to Paris actually. Other European countries? Yeah, I lived in Germany for a while. I've been to Italy a lot on vacation. Where else? Where else? I've been to Poland, Norway, Finland, Estonia, England, Spain, Portugal. Yeah, I've been around quite a lot in Europe. How does it feel to be back in Sweden? It's nice. It's nice. It's a good break, and it's always nice to escape the summer in Japan. Other than that, I don't know. It feels weird, and I'm still feeling like, can I live here again? I'm not sure. It's a bit too crowded. This looks new as well. This street, I don't remember this. Would you say Sweden and Japan smell different? Yeah, they do. They smell different. Because of the temperature and humidity difference, the smell is also quite different. Any Moss Burger shops? No Moss Burger in Sweden. No Moss Burger in Sweden. These buildings are also new, I think. I don't remember these. This used to be, I think, a parking lot back in my days. So yeah, it is certainly changing quite a lot. I'm not going to go inside Systembolaget. I think that could get me in trouble. So I'm not going to do that. Did your wife like Sweden? Yeah, my wife has lived in Sweden, so she's quite familiar with this place as well. And she likes it. She likes it a lot. No cicadas in Sweden. No, certainly no. It's already like autumn actually. It's like August, but it feels like it's already autumn. Also, one funny thing about Sweden is that everybody's kind of overestimating the temperature. Even as long as it's not like freezing, then people pretend it's summer and wear short sleeves and short arms. Yeah, pretty sure I can't film in Systembolaget. Yeah, it's raining but no umbrellas. That's also a big cultural difference. We Swedes, we don't mind a little bit of rain. In Japan, as soon as there's like one drop of rain, then everybody unfolds their umbrellas. Beer o'clock. No beer o'clock. I will probably actually end the stream relatively soon because, like I said, I'm gonna shoot a couple of 4K videos here, mostly for my own sake. Just whenever I feel nostalgic about my old hometown, I want some good high quality videos without my annoying voice that I can look back at. So yeah. And I also realized that I'm not feeling so comfortable walking around streaming here, so I will not do it for much longer. It actually is a nice town. It is a nice town. It was a great place to grow up in. I was very happy here until I turned like 18, 19. Then I started craving something bigger. But I think it's a pretty decently sized. It's like 100,000 people living here, a little bit more maybe. It used to be like the fifth largest city of Sweden, but now I think it has dropped in that ranking a little bit. But yeah, it was a great place to grow up in. It was also a very nice place to leave and move to something bigger. Beer alcohol percentage. You can find everything. If you go to a regular convenience store, then the strongest beer you will find is 3.5%. But if you go to a proper liquor store, then you can find beer as strong as beers get. Can you show us the tram? I did show a tram earlier in the stream, but let's see. There should be one. There's probably one coming here soon. This is like one of the main transportation hubs. Like lots of buses and trams depart from here, so we shouldn't have to wait too long until there's another one coming. There's no earthquakes in Sweden, no. Or technically there are. Oh, there you have a tram. There are earthquakes, but they're super weak. They never cause any serious damage. So that's a big difference from Japan. So yeah, I think I will leave you here. Oh, and by the way, here's the library. It's an old brutalist building, but this was the first place where I used to hang out on the internet before we got internet at home. This place had free internet access, so I used to go there a lot. Like this was really early, like in the 95 or so, maybe 94, 95. We quickly got our own internet connection once it became like widely available, but in the beginning I was going there. But anyway, that will be it for today. Thanks so much for joining, and I hope you enjoyed this little mini tour of my old hometown. And we'll see if there will be any more streams coming up anytime soon. I'm not sure. Maybe next weekend, maybe sooner. We shall see. Okay, thanks so much. Bye bye. Hej då. Mata ne. Auf Wiedersehen.